You're not prepared for this. Coinbase, the biggest cryptocurrency exchange globally, has thrown its full weight behind the XRP Ripple. Coinbase is making every effort to support the price increase of XRP, and they're succeeding, which is the most unexpected thing. Although the cost is already increasing, this is only the beginning. According to cryptocurrency experts, XRP's price may rise to $596. Quite awesome, isn't it? Let's see what's actually happening. I promise that this video will astound you. Disclaimer: XRP is rapidly emerging as the cryptocurrency market's most undervalued player. After being dismissed because of its protracted legal spat with the SEC, XRP is suddenly in the news for all the right reasons. Within the community of digital assets, a new disclosure from Coinbase's SEC filing has generated intense debate, with potentially far-reaching consequences. Brett, a cryptocurrency advocate, recently noted that Coinbase made more money from transactions using XRP than Ethereum or Solana. The XRP community has been rocked by that detail alone. Many people believe that Ethereum and Solana are the foundations of smart contract innovation and cryptocurrency utility. Something more serious is likely at play if XRP surpasses both in terms of revenue on a reputable exchange. These days, it's more than simply hype. There is a lot of interest in XRP. The value of XRP kept on Coinbase increased by 458% in the last year, which added to the momentum. That is a startling figure that indicates growing user confidence and accumulation. This is not an isolated incident. For almost 5 months running, XRP has beaten Ethereum and even exceeded Ethereum's completely diluted valuation. Consistency like that suggests a longer-term pattern rather than a brief uptick. There are now some community members that think XRP is more than just catching up. It is establishing itself as a strong candidate to take the second place in the cryptocurrency market. This change is reflected in community sentiment. XRP catching up in silence? A user inquired. Another asserted that XRP is a substitute for Solana and Ethereum. These are not only fanciful observations, they support the emerging perception that XRP has returned to the race with a newfound sense of purpose and subdued might. Then there is the rumor that has the power to alter everything. Rumor has it that Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, personally owns millions of XRP Ripple coins. Despite not being verified, this rumor has gained momentum. If accurate, it might account for Coinbase's change of perspective toward XRP. Following the partial legal victory in July 2023, Coinbase was among the first significant platforms to relist the cryptocurrency after delisting it in the wake of the SEC complaint. Since then, XRP has gradually gained popularity again. Some speculate that Armstrong's purported investment may have contributed to the incident. Additionally, XRP is outperforming Bitcoin in terms of user engagement. According to a recent analysis, active XRP addresses increased by 490%, whilst Bitcoin's growth was only a meager 10%. User behavior like this suggests more than just conjecture. It demonstrates improved network life and increasing real-world utilization. Experts have long noted that XRP has a tendency to move quickly, with violent breakouts that can surprise even experienced traders. We might see a historic run if history repeats itself and Coinbase supports XRP, whether directly through advertising, tighter integration, or just by keeping more in reserve. Although XRP is still relatively unknown, it is steadily gaining traction. The volume is increasing, the fundamentals are aligning, and rumors of insider involvement only serve to fuel the flames. One thing is certain, regardless of whether the Armstrong rumor turns out to be accurate. Not only is XRP back, it may be poised to take the lead. Naturally, you cannot disregard the rumors that crypto professionals are beginning to spread behind closed doors. Nothing in this market, I assure you, has prepared you for what they're forecasting. We're discussing a growth trajectory so enormous and surprising that it has the potential to fundamentally alter XRP's position in the history of cryptocurrency. Prepare yourself because what's about to happen may blow your head away if you believe you've seen large pumps before. According to Edo Farina, selling XRP will go down in history as the biggest financial error ever committed by investors. Unless you've been observing the trends, that might sound severe. Every decline, every wave of skepticism, and every headline about XRP being dead seems to be followed by a tremendous silent comeback. And once more, we're at one of those quiet build-up stages. A monarch summoned that same silent faith. XRP is very near. Are you thrilled? There will be rewards for patience. It's a message that speaks to a more general reality. Unlike the others, XRP moves differently. It persists, it comes together, it irritates me. Then it bursts without warning. Though perhaps not far off, Steph's interpretation is more dramatic. XRP is going to blow your mind. Every day, millionaires will be printed. A year ago, this sentiment might have seemed unrealistic. However, these kinds of statements don't seem so implausible when you consider how XRP has surpassed Ethereum in fully diluted value, beat Ethereum for 5 consecutive months, and outpaced the growth of Bitcoin and network activity. The cycles of incredulity are being noticed even by seasoned community voices like XRP Dragon. People were upset about 50 cents per XRP, but they were pleased when we raised it to $2 and higher, he said. They now gripe about $2 for each XRP. They'll gripe about $100 as well. The story never ends. He's correct too. Even as XRP continued to rise, skepticism trailed it like a shadow. What then might the future actually bring? The calculations have been done by analysts and AI models. A $10,000 investment in XRP today is equivalent to about 4,587 tokens. According to Google's Gemini, those tokens may fall to just $596 by 2030, even in the worst-case scenario, due to regulatory pressure, sluggish adoption, and growing competition. However, that's just one extreme. That $10,000 investment would fall between $23,000 and $28,000 in the basic case of modest uptake and no black swan events. Additionally, that $10,000 might rise to $134,000 in a bull market where institutional adoption soars. XRP drives tokenized finance, and it may even receive its own exchange-traded fund, ETF. AI Grok remained optimistic despite being a little more cautious. The maximum price of their bull case is $12 per XRP, generating roughly $55,000 from your $10,000 investment. But Changelly made some of the most audacious predictions. By December 2030, they predict that XRP may reach over $21, making that identical investment about $100,000. It's almost a tenfold return. There is more to this kind of potential than just hype. It has its roots in the basics. XRP's growing trading volume, enterprise-level use cases in international payments, and its legal clarity following the SEC dispute. Indeed, there are rumors that Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, is personally keeping millions of XRP. Even though that rumor hasn't been verified, it sparked a lot of conjecture. Furthermore, if this were to be accurate, it would indicate a high level of confidence in XRP's long-term worth. When you thought things couldn't be any more bizarre, you were mistaken. Because XRP Ripple is doing more than just making inroads on the charts. It's transferring billions, forming covert partnerships with institutions, creating a worldwide